What's up? Slapper. It happened again. WatchMojo did another top 10 list about bass without my permission. Not wise. The previous two top 10 lists they did were not epic. The video they made it's titled Top 10 Hardest Bass Riffs to Play. Sounds like a challenge. Let's check this video together and let's see if they nailed or if they failed this list. And let's see if I can play these riffs they say. I will keep my expectations low, but maybe today they're gonna checkmate us with some fine bass lines. Slap like now if you're excited. I just hope they don't make any cringy jokes.
Look at the bass!
For the sake of our relationship.
Slapper daughter bass.
Please stop. Please stop.
Here we go again. Kill me please.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hardest bass riffs. For this list, we'll be ranking the most popular or well-known songs that also possess memorably complex bass lines.
Let's see.
Number 10, Maxwell Murder. Rancid. Matt Freeman laughs at your root notes and instead does a bitch and bass solo during Maxwell Murder that is straight fire.
Wait, this is a top 10 bass riffs. Let's quickly check the definition of a bass riff. Bass riff, usually simple, appealing musical motifs or phrases that are repeated throughout the song. So they are like bass lines, something that repeats. And the first bass riff they choose is a bass solo.
Bass solo,
which is not a bass riff. Epic job. First song they choose, they already failed. I told you, always keep your expectations low so you won't be disappointed. Next.
Number 9. One Nation Under a Groove. Funkadelic. Simply stated, Bootsy Collins is a beast. He's a funk bass playing icon.
He's a very iconic bassist. Epic. Let's try to play this hard bass riff. This was so hard, I almost failed.
One Nation Under a Groove doesn't feature anything particularly fancy.
What? So the song they choose for the spot 9 for the hardest bass riff is not a particularly fancy and hard bass line.
Bruh.
They're just trolling us here.
But here the difficulty lies with finding that pocket.
What? So they are basically saying this bass riff is difficult just because you have to play it on time. Like any other bassline ever. Wow, mind blowing. Next.
Number 8, Immigrant Song. Led Zeppelin. Bassist John Paul Jones was the band's secret weapon. The song also features a monster of a bass run that is repeated a number of times.
Interesting. So the main bass riff of this song sounds like this. But then there is a pretty hard part that sounds like this. It's a pretty difficult bass run. I'm just gonna prove it for now. And it's actually pretty difficult to play in this position. Help.
Number 7, Hammer Smashed Face. Cannibal Corpse.
Interesting metal bass line. Let's try it. I'm not sure if it's in the top 10, but it's pretty difficult. Approved.
Number 6, Teen Town. Weather Report.
Jaco Pastor is one of the most iconic bassists. For now, this is the best song they choose in this list. Approved.
Number 5, Panic Attack. Dream Theater.
Let's try. Very difficult to play it on the right hand especially. Approved. Next.
Number 4, Anesthesia. Pulling Teeth. Metallica. Bass solo, take 1. These were the words that kicked off Metallica's instrumental Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth.
They did it again. It's not a bass riff, it's a bass solo.
Bass solo.
Please. But luckily Metallica has a lot of hard bass riffs like this one in Orion. I'm gonna invite a guest here to play it for me. He is called Davide Bial. Let's see his take on it. Amazing skills. Next.
Number 3. Heart of the Sunrise. Yes. The opening 3 minutes alone earns it a spot on this list, as Yes bursts through with an aggressive riff that leads into a funky run by Squire and drummer Bill Bruford.
So they just chose a bass line that follows a guitar line. They had one of the most iconic bass songs they could choose from Yes. This bassist made Roundabout one of the most iconic bass lines. Replace this bass line with Roundabout and then we are talking. Next.
Number 2. Jerry was a race car driver. Primus. We could have easily populated our list with only Primus songs. That's how massively influential Les Claypool has been to the art of avant-garde bass playing.
Nice choice, finally. Les Claypool, amazing slap bassist. Pretty fun bass line to play, but it's not the hardest bass riff Les Claypool made. This is the hardest one. Amazing skills. Davide Bial. Next.
Here are some honorable mentions. Victor Wooten, Aeroplane, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Hysteria, Muse.
As always, the honorable mentions are actually better choices than the main top list. And they even roast themselves, using their own words.
Sometimes just keeping it even and steady can be underappreciated.
Hysteria is one of the most famous hard bass lines, and you just underappreciated it by not even putting in the top list. Anyway, let's see the top 1 hardest bass riff.
Number 1. YYZ, Rush.
Alright. Very hard riff to play indeed. At least they got this one right. But I'm not sure this should be top 1.
Do you agree with our picks?
No, I know what you're thinking. I'm roasting so much this top 10 list. Why don't I make my own top 10 list hardest bass lines, huh? You're right. You just checkmated me. Not. I already did a top 10 hardest bassline video years and years ago. WatchMojo could have just copied my video and you would have made an epic pro gamer move, but instead you disappointed me. Anyway, what's in your opinion the hardest bass riff ever? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Stay funky, bros. OMG.